Namaste, Uchishta Bharat. Ladies and gentlemen, scholars, and renowned gurus and teachers. Today, let me talk about the summarization of the very concept of Shastras, which was supposed to be existed and which was supposed to be told. And let's try understanding why only Lord Shiva is considered over here, who is also considered as Nataraja, and we shall understand what was the point that really triggered the authors to take Lord Shiva as the embodiment for the dance form. Even before getting into that, we need to understand Shakti Swarupini or Rajarajeshwari or Lalita. And at the same time, why it was considered as Sri Vidya Sadhana, and why there is an invasion of Sri Vidya in this regard. However, before starting my talk on this, as a part of note and disclaimer, I am also a human being. I am also learning out of things. I am also still a learner. I may say some of the facts right, some of the facts wrong. Whatever that I am trying to say is just my perception. At the same time, it's not conclusive evidence. This is just my inference that I could get and I could understand. దయచేసి నా వల్ల తప్పులైతే కనుక క్షమించగలిస్తే క్షమించండి. నేను నిమిత్త మాత్రమే, నేను కూడా మీలాగే నేర్చుకుంటున్నాను. నేను శాస్త్రపరంగా కానీ, వేదాల పరంగా కానీ, ఉపనిషత్తుల పరంగా కానీ ఏంటైనా తప్పులు చెప్తే కనుక దయచేసి నన్ను క్షమించగలిస్తే క్షమించండి. నాకు తెలిసింది కొంత, తెలియంది ఎక్కువ ఉన్నది. ఏదైతే నేను చెప్పదలుచుకున్నానో చెప్తున్నాను. అలాగని చెప్పి ఇది కరెక్ట్, ఇది కరెక్ట్, ఇది తప్పు, ఇది రైట్ అని మాత్రం నేను చెప్పట్లేదు. ఇది నా యొక్క భావన మాత్రమే నేను వ్యక్తపరుస్తున్నాను. నేను ఏవైనా తప్పులు ఒప్పులు ఉంటే కనుక దయచేసి నా దృష్టిలో తీసుకొస్తే నేను అవి కరెక్ట్ చేసుకుంటాను. If anyone finds that I have told right, fine. If anyone thinks that I have told wrong as per Shastras or Upanishads or whatever it is, please do get to my notice. I will correct the same. To start with, I was speaking about the existence of Shatsvarupa. I was speaking about the existence of Manmadha. I was speaking about the existence of Rati Devi, and I was speaking about the existence of Sati Devi and she getting what you call she self-exhuming to the dust as she could not bear the, bear the, uh, uh, bear her husband's whatever, bear bear the husband's, whatever that her father was talking about. She could not bear that. He was talking in such a way that he made Lord Shiva a villain there, and he talked bad about it. She could not bear that bad phrases, and she went into dust. And subsequently, Parvati Devi came into existence. Parvati Devi doing penance. However, Lord Shiva, as we know, he tests his devotees, and Daksha Prajapati again doing the faults. Though here the point is Daksha Prajapati is what you call Daksha Prajapati is was created by Brahma. This is as per what you call Puranas and other things. We don't know how far, whatever it is. This is the text that is there present. And at the same time, Manmada turning to ashes because he disturbed Lord Shiva there, and Indra losing heaven because Indra was so much engrossed in dance form that he was forgetting about what needs to be done for what you call for the situation to, we come to subtle stage to normalcy. He forgot that when Tarakasura captured Indra's heaven. At the same time, if we see, Brahma created Manu. Manu was the one who created yugas. That's the reason why we say Manusmriti, Manu Smritis, Manu plus Smritis. Now, if you really see whole of this, whatever that was happening or that had happened after the creation of the rishis, specifically when we talk about specifically when we talk about Sanat, Sanandan, Sanatanam, Sanatam, Sanat Kumara, these were created by Vishnu. They subsequently went for this Tattvajnana, and Marichi and Bhrigu also went for Tattvajnana, and Angira and Pulha also went for Tattvajnana, and Pulastha also went for Tattvajnana. Vasishtha also went for Tattvajnana. Atri also went for Tattvajnana. And Daksha Prajapati is again, he was ordered for doing what you call becoming a ruler of that universe. And Narada becoming preacher of the God. Now, if we see whole of this concept, when Vishnu created whole of these people, whole of the story started then itself. That's when the dharmo rakshati rakshitaha started. If I really look at the genesis, or if I really look at the incidents that have had happened, or whatever happened that we present as a part of as a part in natya, be it Rati Manmadha's play, be it Daksha Prajapati's play, be it or any kind of play, or Tarakasura's death. So here is where we need to understand that there are 2 points that one needs to understand. Natya Shastra, though people say it was established in the 2nd century, I feel Natya Shastra initially was just a mere Shastra where Lord Shiva, it was the story of Ardhanari Swarupa in a way. Understand this. When I say Ardhanari Swarupa here means Shakta and Shakti coming together. Even before creating whole of these characters, whatever that I was talking about, Lord Shiva appeared in Ardhanari Swarupa, and that's when Shakta and Shakti concept came into picture. And the very fact that we need to understand over here is, without Shakti there is no Shakta, without Shakta there is no Shakti. At the same time, there are arguments and there are debates that even before Shakta came into existence, Shakti came into existence. That is also correct. When I say Shakti, it is your soul. When the soul exists, when the soul or Atman exists, that's when whole of the human body exists. Without Shakti, you can't do anything, right? So you need to have the Jiva or Nirjiva. Over here we need to understand, when Brahma created all these characters or human beings, there has to be some sort of Shakti over here, which, however, if we are not having that, we can't really do that. Forget about Shakta. That energy has to be there in the body. So we need to understand. That's where the Ishvara Tattva comes into picture, Shiva Tattva or Ishvara Tattva, and then Sri Shakti Tattva also comes into picture. When I say Sri or Stri, here Stri means women or feminine character. But what we need to understand is this femininity doesn't mean the outer outlook of the body. Let's not get into that assumption. The outer outlook is just for the sake of distinction that they did. But Shakti here means the femininity, where you tend to show those emotions or whatever it is, etc., etc. So we need to understand that. So sorry about that. So here, if we really see Indra losing the heaven, here is where Rajoguna came into picture. If only Indra had understood that he had the responsibility of taking care of that heaven and he needs to look at it. It is not just that mere dancing or mere enjoyment there. And that's why nature had cursed Indra. And that's when Indra had to leave that heaven and he had to roam about. Again, after Brahma, tried to warn, when Brahma warned Tarakasura, and created that kind of ambience where these asuras were forced to leave that heaven, Indra took. Again, Indra did not understand the very concept of very concept of ruling as a ruler of heaven, his responsibilities. He had to face those difficulties. So, if we really see, here is where the Brahman consciousness, this Brahmanda's concept was given birth. If we have Brahmanda, see, they were ruling heaven or whatever it is. That is also a part of Brahmanda, right? So we need to understand that very concept from that viewpoint. So that's where the start of Natya Shastras, the very focal point came into existence. And that's where the pillars of Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha comes into picture. When I say Kama, desires, etc., come into picture. That's when, that's why, Indra was filled with desires and other things. That is the reason why he was enjoying whole of the dance and all. He was engrossed into that. And that is one meaning of Kama. We need to take that Kama from that positive sense. At the same time, Manmadha had to come and break the penance of Lord Shiva, because situation was not under control, because Tarakasura and his soldiers, his subordinates were troubling the Brahmanda there. However, here is where one more fact comes into picture. Brahma told Indra that course will take its own time for things to happen. Still, Indra could not resist because they were already troubled and they were getting troubles. If only Indra could have waited for some more time and did, things would have been different. Forget about Manmadha turning to ashes or whatever it is. Or Sati Devi, if only Sati Devi would have heard Lord Shiva and did not go to the Daksha Prajapati's Homa, she would not have resisted. She would have whole of our Purana story would have been totally different. But over here, if you really see whatever actions that have had happened after that, is where are the key points. We need to understand that in our real life, whatever happens is for our own good. And this is where the Shiva Tattva or Ishvara Tattva comes into picture, or Ardhanari Swarupa Tattva. Here there are two aspects again, Shiva Tattva and Ardhanarishvara Tattva. Shiva Tattva is all about staying calm and allowing things to happen, and then do it in a systematic way. In Ardhanarishvara Tattva, Shakta and Shakti comes into picture, and that's when the extra energy starts happening and things start going in the different direction altogether. So we need to understand this. So thus over here, if you really look at our Natya Shastra our Shastras had two parts, Shiva Tattva and Ardhanarishvara Tattva. Though one may argue, I'm okay with it. It's not my conclusive evidence, or it's not my conclusion statement. Let me be very clear on that. This is just my viewpoint that I am giving. This is what I have understood. ఇప్పుడు మనకి అనేక రకాలైన ఘట్టాలు వచ్చాయి. విష్ణుమూర్తి దాన్ని ఏంటంటారు, షట్ స్వరూపాన్ని సృష్టించారు. అలాగే షట్ స్వరూపాన్ని సృష్టించారు, మళ్ళీ సనత్ కుమారుని సృష్టించారు, సనందన కుమారుని సృష్టించారు, సనాతన్ కుమారుని సృష్టించారు, సనత్ కుమారుని సృష్టించారు, మరీచిని సృష్టించారు, భృగుని సృష్టించారు, అంగీరాన్ని సృష్టించారు, పులహని సృష్టించారు, పులస్తను సృష్టించారు, వశిష్ఠుని సృష్టించారు, అత్రి మహర్షిని సృష్టించారు. అలాగే దక్ష ప్రజాపతిని కూడా సృష్టించాడు. దక్ష ప్రజాపతి మూలకారకుడు. ఇక్కడ సతీదేవికి సహగమనం అవడానికి ఆ ఒక్క శివుడు ఒక అవమానం తట్టుకోలేక ఆవిడ సహగమనం అయిపోయారు. అలాగే నారదుడు, ఇక్కడ నారదుడు మళ్ళీ చెప్పాలి అంటే న్యూట్రల్గా ఉన్నాడు. ఇక్కడ మనకి రెండు రకాలుగా ఆలోచించాల్సి వస్తుంది, శివతత్వం కానీ ఈశ్వరతత్వం. రెండో తత్వం ఏంటంటే అర్ధనారీశ్వర తత్వం. అర్ధనారీశ్వర తత్వం శక్త శక్తి ఇద్దరూ ఉంటారు అక్కడ. మనం తెలుసుకోవాల్సింది అక్కడ శక్త శక్తి అంటే శక్తి స్వరూపిణైనా అవ్వచ్చు, అక్కడ బాలస్వరూపం అయినా అవ్వచ్చు, ఆవిడ లలితదేవి అయినా అవ్వచ్చు, దుర్గాదేవి అయినా అవ్వచ్చు. ఆవిడ ఎన్ని అవతారాలు ఎత్తారంటే సత్స్వరూపం అవతారం ఎత్తింది, సతీదేవి అవతారం ఎత్తింది, పార్వతీదేవి అవతారం ఎత్తింది, దుర్గాదేవి అవతారం ఎత్తింది. ఇలా చెప్పుకుంటే ఎన్ని వెళ్తాయో మనకి. అంటే ఇక్కడ మనం తెలుసుకోవాల్సింది ఏంటంటే నాట్యశాస్త్రం అనేది లిఖించబడే ముందు శాస్త్రం ఉండేది. ఆ శాస్త్రం ఈశ్వరతత్వంతో కూడా కూడి ఉన్నది. ఈశ్వరతత్వం శివతత్వంతో కూడింది ఉన్నది. ఇంకో పక్క అర్ధనారీశ్వరూపం తత్వంతో కూడి ఉన్నది. ఇక్కడ అర్ధనారీశ్వరూపం తత్వంతో కూడి మనం మాట్లాడితే కనుక ఇక్కడ మనకి ఎన్ని ఘట్టాలు అయ్యాయి అంటే మన్మధుడు భస్మం అయిపోవడం, ఇంద్రుడు తారకాసురుడు ఇంద్రుడి మీద జయించడం, ఇంద్రుడు స్వర్గం వదిలేసి అన్ని చోట్ల వెంపరలాడుతూ ఉండడం, ఇక్కడ ఇంకో కారణం ఇంకోటి కూడా ఉన్నది. తారకాసురుడికి బ్రహ్మ ఇచ్చాడు వరాలు. Here we need to understand Tarakasura was given what you call was given boons from the got the boons from the Brahma. Why all of this? And here is where one needs to understand Parvati Devi doing penance for Lord Shiva. What was the reason behind that? We need to understand that. Why Parvati Devi is considered as Prakriti and why Ishvara is considered as Purusha? ఇక్కడ ఇంకోటి మనం తెలుసుకోవాల్సింది ఉంటుంది. ఏంటంటే బాగానే ఉన్నది, మీరు అంతా బాగానే చెప్తున్నారు, మరి అమ్మవారు లలిత అమ్మవారు శక్తి స్వరూపిణి వీళ్ళందరినీ మరి వీడిని ప్రకృతి మనం అంటాం కదా. సారీ అబౌట్ దట్. ఈశ్వరుడిని పురుషుడు అంటున్నాం కదా మనం. ఈ ప్రకృతి పురుషుడు అక్కడి నుంచి వచ్చిందా? నాకు చెప్తే నాకు నా లెక్క ప్రకారం అది అక్కడి నుంచే వచ్చింది. సో మనం తెలుసుకోవాల్సింది ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే ప్రకృతి పురుషుడు యొక్క భేదం అక్కడి నుంచి స్టార్ట్ అయింది. మనం తెలుసుకోవాల్సింది అది.